The eternal consciousness we all pray to has a name, an original name, a name they had in eternity that they still have today, because they've been the same for eternity. They haven't changed. When they created this reality, they did not change. So the name they had then still exists. The person they were then is the exact same person that they are now. And I'm saying person, but I don't mean human or nothing like that. I'm just saying, if you ask a cat if it's a person, it'll say yeah. If you ask a dog if it's a person, it'll say yeah. If you ask any creature that exists if it's a person, they'll say yeah, Anyways, where was I going with this? Yeah, they've had a name this whole time, and their name existed before human speech. And as an element of eternal consciousness that they are, their original language was consciousness because they were there by themselves in eternity, the realm of eternity, whatever that is, They were within the realm of eternity as consciousness forever. It's a really long time by themselves. And they had a name this whole time, because they had a name. That's why. And their name cannot be spoken with human words. Their name is a complete conscious thought of who they are. And I say it, it's like their name is a conscious thought because their language for eternity has always been consciousness. Because they existed by themselves, nobody to talk to, and they had consciousness. So their language would be consciousness because they're only talking to themselves for eternity. So a complete conscious thought of who they are would be their actual name. And it's simple to reach. It's a simple process. It's an instinctive process that they created on this planet for all life, to guide all life, and teach all life how to eat food, how to build shelter, to teach the birds to fly, to teach the fish to swim. This reality, everything our Creator created, since their eternal consciousness and their original language is conscious thought, they put a conscious understanding in every single thing they created. The water, the fire, all the elements, inertia, gravity, light, plant life, animal life, even ourselves, they created us too. Our minds to be able to read from what they wrote within their creation. And I say read what they wrote because their original language is conscious thought. So when we observe what they created, we also gain an education in that field of thought or whatever. And to say their name, you have to gain all of the understandings within their creation. And it sounds difficult, but it's real simple, If we were not civilized, we'd live in nature. We would drink from the river. We'd throw stones. We'd break wood. We'd start fires. We'd stare at the stars. We'd wonder about things falling down, gravity, inertia, stuff like that, We'd see a meteor fall down and we'd learn about eternity, We discover the understanding of eternity, And with all of these different understandings within their creation, in this reality that they created for us, we gain all these understandings they put in it. We gain an actual education, and we can take it further than eating food and building shelter and surviving. We will gain actual divine wisdom, their divine wisdom. We'll gain it, and we'll be able to apply it to our lives. When we ask ourselves questions, we'll be able to answer them truthfully, And they say some people say that people are born into sin. That's not true. People are born dumb as shit. At our natural state, a human is dumb as shit, And the simple fact is, without an education, we're dumb. And the best education is the education that the one everybody prays to put on this planet for all life, We gain that education. And we gain that education, we can ask the very important questions like, do you exist, God, or Allah, or the Great Spirit, whatever you want to say, Or you can say nothing. It doesn't really matter what you say. But you can ask the question, do you exist, God? You could say all kinds of questions, ask all kinds of questions about God. Who are you, God? Stuff like that. And one thing with, in Islam, they teach that there's 99 names of Allah, 99 names to Allah. And The thing is, there's really 100 names written down there, but the 100th name, or the first name, however you want to look at it, the name that's missing from that 100, there's only 99, but there really is 100, but that to make that name, to make that 100, can't be written with human words, because it existed before human writing. It existed before human speech, And when you take those 99 names and you gain the understandings in each one, because each one's very descriptive, you gain all those understandings. And of course, you ask other questions that you've already asked within your life, and you compile all that knowledge of Allah together to form a conscious thought. It's very difficult. It'll take you a while to get there, It takes you a while to form this conscious thought. And you even have to get within the realm of eternity within your mind to have this thought, you know what I mean? It's very difficult to get there, but once you get there, you can do it as many times as you want. But, or you could do it until you die, forever. Just keep doing it. But anyways, yeah, that's Allah's true name, is a complete conscious thought of who they are. And the 99 names of Allah, each one is a description. You add them together, add those 99 descriptions of Allah together to form a conscious thought. You have that conscious thought within your mind. Nobody can hear you saying it. And what you're doing is you're saying the true name of Allah. The true name, their true name, the name that they had before they created human words. You have to understand who they are to say their name, And, what is it? They say that Muhammad, may he rest in peace, They say that he was the last prophet. And they say that prophets can say the name of Allah, you know what I mean? And it seemed to me, with the 99 names, that he was trying to teach something, Because he could have wrote 100, but that would have gotten rid of the teaching. He put 99 and not 100, because he couldn't write the 100th name. He couldn't write the last name. The original name, he couldn't write it with human words, and I think he knew that, because obviously he could speak Allah's true name, you know what I mean? And he didn't put 100, he put 99, And the thing is, he had to understand that it was a name you can't write down, He had to understand that it was the conscious thought within his mind, that was Allah's true name. And he could speak it, because, he was a prophet or whatever, just like all the other prophets. And, But here's the thing, it's an instinctive path, that leads to saying Allah's name. And with my studies, I've studied Allah's creation like a obsessive scientist, trying to understand what's in there, There's a lot of stuff. This reality teaches a lot of things, many things. And it actually strengthens your mind and gives you actual education to where you can answer questions that you were once unable to answer. And the thing is, it's an instinctive path that I've recorded, in some books. This one, simple. What's it? 7 Spiritual Equations by Joshua Jones. There's another ones. This first one I wrote, Simple Spiritual Shit by Joshua Jones. It goes together with that other book. And so does this one. They all go together. Inward Science of Religious Thought by Joshua Jones. And this one is a little delusional. I try to keep all the delusional thought out, but I am schizophrenic. And although I'm highly intelligent, and I always have been, when you're talking about religion, it's hard to not be, delusional. So a little bit of delusional thought slipped in there. I just wanted to say that, But anyways, it's an instinctive path that leads to, being able to say the name of Allah. And on the 4th equation, I wrote our Bible, but on later, I want to change it to, something like our God's words or Allah's words or whatever word for God or Allah that I'm going to use, but something like that. I wrote our Bible. You could write our Quran, because in Islam, the Quran is the words of Allah, but in my language, the Bible's the word is what's taught as the words of God or whatever. But like I said, if you read the books, my books, or watch my videos, you understand that books warp with time, and even though the Quran was written the same and spoken the same in an effort to preserve it for the past 1450 years, because they noticed that the older books were warped by time and stuff, or just warped, and changed and different and didn't make sense. But the truth of the matter is, the Quran has been warped by time because definitions do change over time, It's just a simple thing that happens to things humans create. When you create a book and you store it in time, the definitions of the words change because each generation is going to change the definitions of a few words. That's just how it works, But it's cool because, it's explained to you how to read how everything that Allah created is the true Quran, you know what I mean? And once you read from it, you'll be able to do a lot of things, be able to answer questions in the realm of religion, spirituality, science, philosophy, and basically all realms of human thought, But the most important thing is in the true name of Allah, the name of God, the name of the Great Spirit, the one that we all pray to, their actual name. And since they existed forever as an element of consciousness, and I'll just take out the word element, I'll just say they existed forever as eternal consciousness, Their language is consciousness because nobody was there to talk to with spoken words. There would be no reason to have a spoken word because they're by themselves, So their original language is consciousness, and to say their name, you use their original language, which is consciousness. And it's the complete conscious thought of who they are. And now, keep in mind, I am 42 years old, and it literally took me 42 years to say the name of Allah, you know what I mean? And it was on my birthday, I went to sleep before my birthday saying their name, and I woke up saying their name, you know what I mean? I was like, wow. And before that, I understood the process, because I study and study and study, But after I said it, I was like, wow, that's amazing, And I just want to share this with everybody because, the truth is, a lot of people have different understandings of who the eternal consciousness that designed this reality is, And the main one is, well, I don't know. Well, anyways, I don't want to get into it, but it's just, once everybody can say the name of who designed this, or the eternal consciousness that designed this reality, once everybody can say their name, it'll make sense that Muhammad, may he rest in peace, was the last prophet, Because if everybody can do it, the definition of a prophet would change. It would change because everybody can't be a prophet at the same time, If everybody's saying the name of our designer, the name of our creator, If everybody can do it before they die, It took me 42 years, But if everybody can do it, the definition of a prophet would change. So that would mean that maybe Muhammad was the last prophet. You know what I'm saying? In any case, learn to say Allah's true name. It'll be worth it. Trust me.